Welcome back to the Real Estate Edition. My name is Crystal, and I am here to educate you on the home buying and selling process. Today, we will tour this beautiful 3 bedroom, 3 bath new construction home located about 22 miles outside of the Fayetteville, Fort Bragg, North Carolina area. In this video, I will inform you of 6 expenses you will need to prepare for to pay when purchasing a home. These expenses include closing costs as well as fees that you will need to pay, like inspections, etc. If you do have any questions or are you ready to buy or purchase, please contact me. My information is located in the About page and below in the description box. But before we get started, please subscribe, hit the like button, and turn on your notifications so that you will receive information and notifications when we drop new videos. So let's get it started into these 6 tips that we're talking about today. When buying a home, some people are confused about the extra fees because if you receive a VA loan or a certain type of loan like USDA that pays 100% of your financing, they don't think that they have to pay any outside fees, but there are fees in preparation for buying a home. So let's get started with the first fee that you would have to pay. Number one is home inspections. So home inspections are a must-have when purchasing real estate. Home inspections give you the scope of what you are buying. A home inspector will cover every component of the home from the roof to the crawl space. They also test appliances and plumbing and other components, pretty much everything. A general home inspection runs anywhere from about $300 to $700, depending on the square footage of the home. As a side note, home inspections do not include detail inspections as far as the HVAC, plumbing, and other components of a house. So a general home inspection, the home inspector will look at the HVAC system, but because that's not their specific profession, if there's anything else that needs to be looked at, then the home inspector will refer you to have a HVAC inspection, and that will be a separate fee. So usually they'll run between $100 to $200 depending on how many units are on the house. Other fees that could come along with home inspections would be if the home has a septic tank. Instead of running off of city sewage, you would have a septic tank inspection. So those would be extra fees as well for each and every individual inspection that you would have to have. Number two, due diligence and earnest money. So actually what your due diligence and earnest money is a fee showing that you're showing the seller that you actually want to earnestly purchase the home. Due diligence and earnest money fees are negotiable, but as a rule of thumb, I always tell buyers to be prepared to put down 1% of whatever the total purchase price is. Now, the great thing with due diligence and earnest money fees, they do go towards your closing costs. So it's not money that you're just giving away. The earnest money fee will be held by the attorney. The due diligence fee will be held by the seller, but that does go on your loan if you do close on the property. So these fees can vary, especially in today's market. I know here in North Carolina, before COVID, we weren't really asking for due diligence fees, but due diligence fees is pretty much the norm here now. And some homes, they, will only ask for earnest money, so it just depends. The next fee will be your down payment fee. So with VA loans, you have 100% financing, but when you start getting into other loans like FHA, they do have a 3.5% down payment, which you would have to pay out of pocket, as well as a conventional loan, which will be 20% of the purchase price. Number three would be closing costs. So closing costs is everything that takes to close a loan. Closing costs are between 3 and 4% of the total home purchase price. And those fees will, the due diligence fees and the earnest money fees will also go towards your closing costs. So you could subtract whatever you pay for due diligence or earnest money, you could subtract that from the total closing costs because those fees will be carried over. And that would just, depend on which lender you go to or which bank you go through, what you would pay in closing fees. What you could also do before you actually put an offer on the home is you could ask your lender for a closing cost estimate, and they can give you a roundabout estimate of, you know, how much you will be paying in closing costs. So the next one is a termite inspection. In the state of North Carolina, we say that, you know, you either have termites now or you're going to get termites. So we always recommend, and a lot of loans don't even let you close on a home without a termite inspection, and they usually can run between $100 and $160 now. So if the home has termites or has any indications that there has been termites in the past, then you would have to get a structural letter. And a structural letter is just something saying that the house is sound, that, you know, there isn't any damage so bad from termites that the structure of the house is damaged or will be damaged in the future due to the termites. So those will normally run you like between $100 and $160 also. The next fee is your appraisal fee. Your appraisal fee is almost like a home inspection fee, but the bank goes out and they do the inspection on a home to, you know, actually see is the home's value, what you're offering for it to actually close, because the bank wants to know that the value is there. So the appraisal fee is usually, I would say, around $700 to $800 is what I've been seeing it run as. And with the appraisal repairs can come back on the report, which would make it almost like a home inspection. But the difference is the appraisal repairs are mandatory, that they be done by the bank before closing, whereas your home inspection, whatever comes back on the home inspection is negotiable between you and the seller. So these are the fees that, you know, you will be looking into paying, as well as your down payment. Video has prepared you a little bit more than before you came here to know some of the things to expect when purchasing or selling a home. And please reach out if you have any questions, but enjoy this tour, and I'll see you the next time around.